What the cameras didn't show during Dylan Wang's viral set crash was a calculated betrayal of safety. His shadow security guard is finally breaking the silence on the negligence that nearly cost the superstar everything. This wasn't an accident. It was a total failure of protocol, a conspiracy of oversight, and a deliberate underestimation of danger that the industry desperately tried to bury. Tonight, we go behind the flashing lights, beyond the staged smiles, and into the raw truth that almost destroyed the career and life of Dylan Wang. The scene that went viral seemed, at first glance, like an accident caught on camera. Fans screamed, social media erupted, and news outlets broadcast frantic footage of Dylan Wang stumbling on set, tripping over a loose cable while hundreds of extras and crew watched helplessly. The dramatic sequence was terrifying, but what no one realized in that moment was the full scale of negligence hidden beneath the surface. The cameras, the angles, and even the editing presented only a fragment of reality. Behind the scenes, a storm of mismanagement, reckless planning, and a shocking disregard for personal safety had converged to create a situation far more dangerous than anyone imagined. The hidden bodyguard, known only to Dylan Wang and a handful of trusted personnel, has now come forward to expose the truth. In an exclusive account, he describes a meticulously organized set that was anything but safe. According to him, cables were strewn across critical pathways without warning, scaffolding had been improperly secured, and critical safety checks were skipped under pressure from producers eager to finish ahead of schedule. Each decision, the bodyguard explains, compounded the risk, turning the set into a minefield where one wrong move could have ended in tragedy. It was more than just oversight. The insider reveals that some of the crew had been warned to ignore minor hazards in order to maintain the visual perfection demanded by cameras. Floors had been polished to a reflective sheen that looked beautiful on film, but became dangerously slick under stage lights. Props were stacked too high, not anchored, creating potential hazards for anyone moving across the stage. And the safety equipment, which should have been rigorously inspected before filming, had not been checked in over 24 hours, a shocking lapse for a production of this scale. As the set crash unfolded, the bodyguard was already in motion, a shadow moving with precision that few could perceive. He had been trained for years in executive protection, anticipating threats in real time, yet even his experience was tested to its limits. The footage may have shown Dylan Wang stumbling and recovering, but it hides the frantic interventions behind the scenes, hands pulling, guiding, and physically stabilizing him to prevent catastrophe. Cameras couldn't capture the tension as crew members ran past with wires in hand, tripping over misplaced equipment, while the security detail orchestrated a silent extraction route designed to shield Dylan from harm. The viral video left fans in awe, believing Dylan's grace under pressure was instinct alone, but the truth is far more harrowing. Every move he made in that moment was guided by someone thinking 10 steps ahead, someone analyzing each risk, anticipating the dangers, and executing protection protocols that no one watching could have imagined. The bodyguard details how he calculated trajectories, predicted potential collisions, and positioned himself to act as both shield and stabilizer, ensuring that Dylan Wang remained upright, conscious, and uninjured. What makes this revelation even more shocking is the industry response in the hours and days following the incident. The bodyguard confirms that production executives immediately moved to downplay the crash, framing it as a minor, scripted incident. Crew members were instructed to edit footage, remove certain angles, and control narrative so that fans would perceive a harmless stumble rather than a near catastrophe. Social media commentary was subtly guided, casting Dylan as heroic and composed, while minimizing any discussion of unsafe conditions. In essence, the industry attempted to rewrite reality, obscuring negligence and elevating image over integrity. The insider goes further, revealing internal conflicts that contributed to the crisis. Some producers had ignored repeated safety complaints, viewing them as trivial impediments to shooting schedules. Others had engaged in internal disputes over budget allocations, prioritizing flashy camera equipment over basic safety gear. Even more alarming, certain crew members reportedly resented Dylan Wang's security detail, viewing them as obstacles rather than allies, which created additional tension and potential delays in critical intervention. Every one of these elements, when combined, set the stage for a near disaster that the public only glimpsed in a fraction of a second on viral footage. Fans watching online may also be unaware of the psychological toll on Dylan Wang during these moments. The Bodyguard describes the superstar's intense focus, composure under pressure, and acute awareness of the environment despite the chaos. He notes that Dylan's recovery was as much about discipline and training as it was instinct, and that his trust in the security detail was unwavering. This trust, however, was tested repeatedly as production pressures mounted and safety protocols faltered. The viral video obscures the silent dialogue between actor and protector, the subtle gestures and cues that orchestrated a flawless yet perilous recovery. The insider account continues with a detailed recounting of critical moments. At one point, Dylan Wang was nearly struck by falling stage props, but a precise and immediate intervention prevented injury. Later, a camera crane swung dangerously off balance, and the Bodyguard coordinated an immediate adjustment to protect the actor's path. Every decision was made in split seconds, a testament to professional foresight and training, but also a damning indictment of the oversight failures that allowed these hazards to exist in the first place. After the incident, internal investigations were carried out, but according to the Bodyguard, these were largely performative. Reports were sanitized, risks minimized, and accountability avoided. Crew members who raised concerns were quietly reassigned or reprimanded, and the official narrative positioned Dylan Wang as the sole hero, masking the collaborative protective efforts and systemic negligence that almost led to disaster. This suppression of truth not only endangered talent, but also signals a troubling trend in the entertainment industry. Appearance takes precedence over safety, and accountability is often sacrificed in pursuit of spectacle. What does this mean for fans and followers of Dylan Wang? It is a reminder that the public persona, the polished, confident, charismatic image presented on screen, conceals countless layers of risk, preparation, and intervention. Behind every viral moment, there may be untold stories of intervention, calculated planning, and near misses that the world never sees. The viral crash was not merely a stumble. It was a window into the vulnerabilities, pressures, and complexities of life as a superstar navigating high-stakes productions while relying on a shadow network of protection, trust, and expertise. The Bodyguard concludes with a stark warning and call to action. Fans, commentators, and industry observers must recognize the hidden realities of celebrity safety. Viral footage alone is insufficient to grasp the danger or the skill required to manage it. Safety protocols, responsible management, and respect for personal protection are non-negotiable. Ignoring these truths risks replicating incidents that could have far more tragic outcomes in future productions. Finally, the insider urges viewers to share this account, to shed light on the dangers that remain hidden behind the cameras, and to hold the industry accountable for both its heroes and its failures. Dylan Wang's resilience and composure are undeniable, but they exist within a framework of protection and preparation that the public has been largely denied. By exposing these truths, the Bodyguard hopes to inspire change, awareness, and appreciation for the invisible efforts that keep stars safe, on schedule, and continuing to dazzle audiences worldwide. This story is more than entertainment. It is a study in risk, human judgment, and the hidden structures that protect those we admire, revealing a shadow world where lives and careers balance precariously on split-second decisions, professional expertise, and unyielding vigilance. Dylan Wang's viral set crash may have captured only a moment, but this exposé uncovers the full scope of danger, intervention, and hidden heroism that truly defines that day. Stay tuned, share widely, and never underestimate the invisible networks that protect our stars while the world only sees the spectacle.